Hello, everyone. This is Ben Dunn. I'm back from San Antonio. I was there to visit family and to be at Free Comic Books Day at the Dragon's Lair on Medico, which I know the owners and I know the people who run it. They asked me to come, and I went and set up and met a lot of people there. I really was surprised by the turnout. I actually hadn't been to a comic store in a long time, to be honest, on especially on Free Comic Book Day, and this was quite a revelation, very eye opening, as they say. I didn't realize just how big Free Comic Book Day was. We had a huge crowd. There was just lines out the door, stacks and stacks of comics to be given away. Honestly, I mean, when people give stuff away, you're going to get crowds for sure. The hope is, of course, that with Free Comic Book Day, that it will make some new readers. The tradition of Free Comic Book Day, I think, goes back all the way to like 2005, I think. Could be wrong. If I am, please comment below. Uh, and it's been going on ever since. I'm not sure if there was a Free Comic Book Day during the pandemic. If you could let me know, I'd appreciate that as well. That may be the only interruption, as far as we know, on Free Comic Book Day. Now, for those who are not familiar with Free Comic Book Day, it's basically a day set aside by the comic industry to basically give out free comics. The hope is that you'll go to your local comic book store and you'll get, find out where it is to get free comics, and that you'll return to buy comics all year round. Don't know how successful it really is. It does bring a lot of people in the community to get to try out new products and new things like that, and it may be something that some people have said that may be on the way out. But I sure hope not. It's one of those things that I really, really feel like it needs to continue. And it's just one of those things that I think brings people together. Fellow comic book fans, fellow comic book readers. I was especially impressed by a lot of children there who were picking up comics, and hopefully they'll grow up to be regular comic book readers. For all of the talk about the demise of the comic industry, this is something that really gives me hope that there is a future, for comics, and that the thing about it is that we have to give people reason to come to comic book stores. We got to give them content. We as creators need to give them content, and so that they'll come out and seek out, these comic books. Now I know some people say, "Oh, man, everyone's reading stuff online. It's all digital now." No. I like to think that that may be just part of the overall acceptance of comics. I mean, if you want to read comics digitally, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. As long as you're reading comics, that's fine. The idea is that hopefully you'll graduate to getting the physical copy. The problem with digital is the ability to monetize what creators create. It's difficult to make money on a digital platform. I mean, I'm not saying that that's not the case in every single instance. I know there's probably a lot of creators making some bank with their digital creations, sure, but it's very hard. It's very difficult. And plus, you have to either do it yourself, which is extremely difficult, or go on a platform which can basically gatekeep, your thing. And they have to make money too, so they're taking a chunk just like a traditional publisher would, for the most part. I'm hoping that eventually people will go back to wanting to get physical media. It's when people start to realize that what, I'm spending money on something that I really don't own. Digital media, something they can take that away anytime. They can, unless you download it directly onto your computer, then you really don't really own it. And even if you did download it on your computer, what really does it do you good in terms of just being there, taking up, storage space on your laptop or your computer and stuff like that. So you know, once you buy something physically, then it's yours forever. You can pass it to your next generation. You can, squirrel it away. You can hide it. Things like that. Or you can just remember. Oh, I want to read that book again, and I can just pull it out, sit down with a cup of coffee, and with a blanket, and just read a really good comic. So I'm glad that Free Comic Book Day is a thing. It is expensive. I'll grant you. Anarchy Press has not done Free Comic Book Day in a long time because Free Comic Book Day actually is not free. Publishers still have to print the book. The distributor still has to distribute the book. It costs money to get these comics to the end user. I was talking to one of the owners of the comic store that put out, and he told me something. They spent something close to $5,000 on free comics to just give out. And hopefully that will translate into future sales. That customers will say, hey, I think I'll start going to this comic book store and start checking it out, and hopefully you'll start buying some of the comics that you enjoyed reading on Free Comic Books Day. So I just want to let you know that your comic book retailer, if he participates in Free Comic Book Day, is trying very hard to win you over, to really try to create community, try to create new readers, and we should applaud them, because they are spending money to try to make money. That's basically what it comes down. It's promotion. That's essentially what Free Comic Book Day is. And publishers are hoping that you'll like their wares, by putting out something that hopefully you'll gravitate to. So anyway, I just wanted to say I really did enjoy Free Comic Books Day. I haven't been there, like I said, in a long time. And I was really taken aback by the positivity, and people, the community and everything else like that. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much to all you comic book readers out there, people who are potential comic book readers out there, that we welcome you, and we want this to be a happy community that we can all share, in stories and art, things like that. And hopefully we can grow again. We can, start sharing our ideas, sharing our stories, and all your creators out there creating new things, new ideas. It's just amazing. I really, really, feel positive about the future of comic books, So if you like what you've heard, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. I'm still trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to avoid clickbaity type things because that's just not in my nature. I just don't like, there's plenty of those channels anyway. We want the latest gossip or story, or the latest outrage. There's plenty of other channels. I'm afraid you're just not going to find it much here. I'm going to try to be a little bit more positive as far as our community is concerned, and geekdom, because I feel there's enough anger and negativity in the world that I don't have to contribute to it. So, and speaking of which, I have two campaigns going. I do have one on Indiegogo exclusively called Tomorrow Girl. It's a throwback to the Silver Age of superheroes. I think you like that kind of good old-fashioned storytelling. I think you'd really enjoy Tomorrow Girl. It's only got maybe about 2 weeks left, so please check it out. I hope that you'll be a backer. I do have another campaign going on Kickstarter called Mighty Tiny Tales of the Open Empire. It's a anthropomorphic story. It's sort of like a combination of Secret of NIMH with mixed with steampunk. I think you'll really enjoy it. It's a really all ages action adventure, rousing story that I think you'd really enjoy doing. So please check them out. Links will be below. And until next time, this has been Dunn signing off.